I'm looking at these kids in the back, dude. They're like dropping it, yo. These kids are getting in. They're going in.
Who fought in the Civil War?
Let's go. Do a little spin.
From the
Who fought in the Civil War? Let's get it. How's it going, everyone? My name is Justin, and welcome back to my channel. You've seen the thumbnail. You've seen the title. I saw this video, I think, come across Reddit, I want to say, a couple days ago, and I watched the first 20 to 30 seconds of it, and then I thought, wait, nah, I gotta make a video about this. So we're just gonna jump into it. It is titled "Humiliating. Gen Z Can't Answer the Most Basic Questions." So we'll see what this is about. Let's jump into it.
Do you know how many stars there are on the U.S. flag?
52?
Yes. What state is Utah in?
Michigan?
Yes. Do you know what state Utah is in?
Utah, to be honest with you, I never heard of that place ever in my life. I live under a rock.
Can you name 3 countries besides the USA?
I suck at history. I was like, my worst subject. Can we do like science?
No. Any three. You know this.
A country? Oh my jeez, this is terrible. Oh my god. A country. What, besides the U.S.?
Yeah.
Huh? I'm sorry, I can't.
All right, it's fine.
I can't do history. I can't.
Do you know how many dimes there are in the dollar? Make up $1.
A dime is the 10 cent or the 5
See the
cent?
girl in the background?
You tell me.
It looked like she didn't want to get in front of the shot, like right here. She's like, oops. So wait a minute, hold on, what's going on here? So this has to be, I guess, from the flag, not even just this woman is like in right now, like draped in, but then the other one's wearing, and then the other girl had bi pride. Okay, so maybe it's some sort of pride or LGBTQ event, and this guy rolls up with these questions about history, right? Geography.
Make up $1.
A dime is the 10 cent or the 5 cent?
You tell me.
I don't know.
Can you name 3 countries besides the USA?
Damn.
Any 3. You know this.
Oop, is that my audio?
Canada? New Mexico, right? That's
Okay.
Good?
Hey, that's from
Yeah.
I'm from New
Damn, I need
Mexico.
one more.
I'm from the country of New Mexico.
Damn.
Yeah, so you got Canada, New Mexico, and what?
Damn. I need to go back to school.
Do you know how many states there are in
I
total
need to go back.
in the U.S.?
100.
Hold on a minute. Something's afoot here. I have a theory that I'm going to reveal a little bit later, but something's not right. 100 states?
How many continents are there?
3.
Continents?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you know what 2 countries border the U.S.?
So bordered?
Yeah, like on the borders.
Because the only borders I know is Puerto Rico and Mexico.
Yes. Who fought in the Civil War?
I don't know. You talking about president-wise?
No, the people. Who against who?
I don't know that one. I know it had to do like what with France or France,
You know,
and I don't know the
France.
other
France and who? You're close.
I watched this video, but I guess it was maybe
one.
it was a
France
different
and British
one.
are the same thing.
But I could have swore.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
So
Not my audio. But maybe it's just maybe it's a different style of like video like this where they ask questions to people on the street.
damn, I don't know.
Who did they fight against?
Us?
Yes. Do you know what continents we're on right now?
So no matter what, he's just gonna be like, "Yes, you're correct."
Do you know who fought in the Civil War?
Who fought in the Civil War?
I'm looking at these kids in the back, dude. They're like dropping it, yo.
Like who against?
These kids are getting in. They're going in.
Who fought in the Civil War?
Let's go. Do a little spin.
Like from the
Who fought in the Civil War?
No,
Let's
like
get
who
it.
against who?
It was the Nazis versus Germany. No. Yes. No. I'm gonna say yes, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes. You actually just guessed that?
Nah, yeah. I'm kind of smart.
You didn't know that? Oh. Did they teach you that in school or what?
They taught me it, but I just guessed it now. But
Yeah, so
it's like I forgot, but I mean,
it was probably in the back of your head and like it came up.
yeah.
Okay.
How many Kardashian sisters can you name?
Kendall Jenner, Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Kourtney Kardashian. Is that all? That's all.
Yeah, that's all.
Man. I you know what? And I understand the back-to-back questions. It's not lost on me what's going on here. But man, they all kind of look like the same person, and they also don't look real. It is true what they say. They all look like the same. What I don't want to dwell on it too long, but like, it's like if they, like in a multiverse. Like I'm thinking about that from like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. How like this one's like Stephen Strange. This one's like Kim Kardashian from Universe 848, and then this one's Kim Kardashian from Universe, the dimension where like the United States never became the United States, and then this is from our universe. This one here in the middle, and then this one's from like the universe where like an incursion happened. It's like they're all the same person, just from like different realities.
All of them for sure.
Smart.
Yeah, dude, you're
Is that all of them? I don't know.
How
I
many
guess.
seasons are there?
May, June, July, August, September, October, December. 8? No.
And given where he's interviewing them, they are all kind of more or less in the same
Yes.
spot.
Can you name 3 countries besides the USA?
3 countries.
Yeah.
Canada,
Okay.
Mexico,
Okay.
and Asia. No, Asia. Yeah, Asia.
Yes. What state is Utah?
I'm gonna give him half
I
credit.
don't know what you
I don't know what you talking about.
I'm terrible. Best friend.
Is that what she said? Did she say make that joke? I don't know what you're talking
What
about.
state is Utah in?
Utah? I don't know what Utah.
Yeah, she was gonna make the joke. I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about.
terrible. Best friend. I don't know history. Like that world history stuff. I don't like. I'm mad.
Do you know what 3 times 3 times 3 is?
3 times 3 times 3. 3.
No, you know this.
Yeah, I know this. Stop. Hold on. Nah, cause that's supposed to be a trick. That's supposed to be a trick thing. But like, I gotta do it in my head. Sorry. 9.
I guess the trick is that you think it's 3 plus 3 plus 3, but it's multiplication.
9 times 3. Damn. Damn. Oh, 36.
What's 3
36.
times 3 times 3?
It was 3 times 3 times 3. Alright.
Yeah, they're all interviewed kind of in the same spot, so.
36.
Yes. What's 3 times 3 times 3?
Mickey and Minnie.
9 times 3.
Oh,
But I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I'm retarded.
Yeah, take a guess. A number.
I think I'm on live.
Yes. What's 3 times 3 times 3?
12.
Yes. Do you know what continent we're on right now?
No. I don't know none of that.
Do you know who the current vice president is?
Vice President? No, I don't know his name, but I know. I heard of it. I don't know.
You don't remember his name?
I know he's from Bulldog, if I'm not mistaken.
What's
Ugh.
the capital of Chicago?
Capital of Chicago. Dame un segundo. I gotta think.
Yeah. This is a tough one.
What's Obama's last name? Ooh.
Is it Los Angeles? I feel like that's so wrong. Wow. That's not even a capital. My dumb ass. Capital of Chicago. I really don't know that one.
What language do the people in Idaho speak?
What?
Like the language, the people who live in Idaho, what do they speak? Do you know?
That's messed up.
Hell no. I don't know. What? Japan?
Do you know how many presidents we've had so far?
Japan.
Oh no. Nah, like.
Around how many?
You know what? I don't want to give these kids too much credit, but I want to say something because they are making me laugh. Idaho doesn't sound like a state. Like it does, but it also doesn't. Like if you really weren't ready to hear the word Idaho and you'd be like, "Hey man, do you know what food they or what cultures they celebrate in Idaho?" Like, I don't know. It's not a good reference because like I do know it's a state, but it almost sounds like it could not be one of the 50 states, and instead it's just like some random country in Europe or something. Maybe.
11? 10?
What was the question?
Yes,
Oh, how many
around
presidents
there.
have we
How
had so
long
far?
is a quarter of an hour?
25 minutes.
Yes. You know that what two countries border the U.S.?
Ooh.
You said what two countries? What?
Border?
Mexico.
Oh, he's wearing a different shirt.
Mexico and,
Maybe it's on multiple different days.
I don't know.
Or maybe
I
across,
forgot.
maybe it's just the editing is
Yes.
stitched it together
How many
across
dimes
different
make up
places.
$1?
How many dimes?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we're doing math now? Why are you doing all the questions I can't answer?
Take a guess. You know this.
Dimes. Wait, I'm trying to remember what dimes are.
Wait, $1?
Yeah.
Next question.
How many minutes are in half an hour?
60.
Yes.
Wait, half an hour? Yeah, 60, right?
In half an hour?
No, 45, 30.
I like the leading he does on that. In half an hour? Like, he doesn't, like, even me, he doesn't say it like it's a question. He's so straight-faced.
30,
Which one?
45.
Which number? One number.
You gotta pick one.
Yes. You almost messed up. How many dimes make up $1?
1,000 or 100? 100.
Yes. What year was the U.S. founded?
What year?
Yeah.
Oh, you lost me with that one.
Around what year? You know this.
Around what year was founded? I feel like I should know this one.
I feel like you do know this one.
What year was it founded? Nah, you got it with that one. I don't know.
Guess, like, around what year, if you had to guess?
Around.
Nah, cause I'm gonna look
Guess a year, you know.
a year.
Around when?
Founded. I'm gonna be like.
Just say, I don't know.
1995. No.
Okay.
94, 95.
95.
It was 94.
Yo, what the?
Come on. That's a little funny, dude. Actually, it was 94. That's pretty good. I have so many questions. I mean, okay, let me say this before I get too much further in the video. I don't know if I alluded to this or not or said this outright. There's a couple things on my brain as far as like what's going on here. One, it's titled Gen Z Can't Answer the Most Basic Questions. So first off, these aren't, I mean, I guess they're basic questions, but I thought it was going to be, I guess there are some math questions in there as well. Geographical questions. I guess, I don't know. I was thinking something a little bit more basic than that. Like maybe like, I don't know. What's the difference between a dog and a cat? I don't know how basic I was thinking, but I guess these are relatively basic questions. But I guess I'll say this, that clearly if you're doing street interviews like this, you're not going to edit in, or I guess you'll edit out the people who do get the answers correct, right? Because if your video is titled, they can't answer the most basic questions, and then somebody rolls up with like, oh yeah, 27 to 3 times 3 times 3, then you're going to edit them out because they don't fit the whole point of what you're trying to put together. The other thing that's throwing me off though is that there's got to be some fabrication here with this video. I mean, I am going to take it in stride where I think it's just fun to to hear some of these answers because it's funny, but I don't know anybody personally, and I am not the kind of person that would answer questions on the internet or answer questions for someone for a video that's going to be on the internet and it make me look stupid, right? There's a lot of things I don't know. There's a decent amount that I do know, but there's a lot I don't know. So if somebody just walked up to me and said, oh, hey, real quick, can you, do you mind answering some questions? We're going to make this for our YouTube channel. I think the common thing that someone might say would be like, no, like, or what's this for? What's your YouTube channel? Like, can I look it up real quick? So what I think might be happening is either they're planted moles where they are employees of whatever this YouTube channel is. That way they can kind of garner the views. Probably not likely. But the second thing is that maybe he offers them something right before they start recording. Like, hey, we're doing this video for our YouTube channel. We're just going to ask you some questions if we can get you to give us your answer to them. And it's okay if you don't know, but do you have a few minutes for us to ask you some questions? And then maybe he says something like, and at the end, we'll give you like $20. if we could just ask you like 5 quick questions, or maybe like $30 or something like that. And so the person goes, and they maybe even flash the cash. So the person goes, yeah, sure. I mean, like, you need like 5 minutes time, you give me $30? Yeah, sure. And then you go, you know, how many stars are on the flag? And you're like, I don't know. Because I just can't wrap my head around why you would sit there and just look like you don't know what's going on for no reason other than like somebody just walked up to you and asked you.
How long a quarter of an hour is?
A quarter of an hour, that's 25 minutes.
Yes. How many seasons are there?
5. Wait, spring, right? That's seasons. Spring, summer, winter, fall. 4. Spring, summer, winter, fall.
If you're driving 60 miles an hour and you've been driving for 1 hour, then how far do you travel?
I don't know, like 60 miles. I don't know.
What's a guess?
30 minutes? I don't know.
60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Oh man,
And
this
if
one's a
you're
little
driving for an hour,
wordplay-ish.
Then what's the distance you go? How far do you travel?
I don't drive, so I don't know.
I wish I knew, but I don't know.
Take a guess. Like, imagine you're in a car.
See, that's the thing. If you don't know, there has to be some. I mean, I'm too hooked. I mean, obviously, it's just a silly kind of like, I would imagine, satirical video, you know, because I would imagine if you're not on board with it just being like a joke video, then you probably believe something like, this is why the American school system is failing our children, because look at this, these kids between what, like 15 or 10 through like 25 or something, like they don't even know the most basic questions. Like, this is what's wrong with America, right? But there's got to be some sort of incentive, like, hey, let me ask you a few questions for
And you're driving 60 miles
some
an
money.
hour, and then you've been driving for an hour, then yeah, it is pretty fast. So
Yeah.
how far do you think you would get in that time?
Depends, but sure.
It wouldn't take me that long, so maybe like 20 minutes.
Yes. Do you know how many stars there are in the U.S. flag?
Dang, okay.
Around how many?
Around?
15, 16, 15, I don't know.
15 or 16?
Yeah, 15.
Yes. How long is a quarter of an hour?
Like 30, a half an hour. That's 30 minutes, right?
Yes. When do they celebrate the 4th of July in England?
I don't know. I don't know.
If you had to guess.
Is it in July too?
This one's especially good. I mean, they're all good, but this one in particular is quite good. It hit me. Hey, July 2, that's my birthday. But this one hit me pretty good. When do they celebrate the 4th of July in England? I mean, obviously it's Independence Day for America, but July 2.
Yes. Nice. 2 days before us. Do you know who fought in the Civil War?
You know who fought in the Civil War?
Yeah.
People,
Yeah.
soldiers.
You got me there. If you were born 10 years ago, then how old would you be today?
10 years ago.
You were born 10 years ago. Nice. That one's a bit
I'll
tricky.
be like 14, 12. 12? You don't even know how old I am. If I was, what was it again?
If you were born 10 years ago today?
Born 10 years ago today, how old would I be? I'm 20. You're 20? 10, right? I said 12, close.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it kind of seems like it might be a bit satirical and just to be funny. But I feel like maybe it was a different channel or video that's like that. What does it say? Monkeypox season. Uh-oh. New Biden bot. Wait a minute. Let's read some of the comments. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Wow, this one was one of the craziest one we've ever gotten. Oh, the girl who never heard of Utah. Also, since when is being able to name 3 countries knowing history? Uh-oh. Come on. Hopefully, you know it's a joke, man. Lots of people don't know how many states are in the U.S. Basic math or what century they're in, but they do know the names of the Kardashians. There was so much good action here. This really was the best one yet. Okay. Make sure you guys give Justin a follow. He's super smart, up and comer. This is a great collab. Follow him. He's the man. Okay. So maybe he has his own. Okay, that might be it. He has his own videos. Because I feel like I've never heard of the Fleca's talk. Okay, so maybe he has his own channel. Let's see this. Remember, these are the people who want to rewrite the Constitution to accommodate their emotional needs. Oh man, is this like a political thing? Uh-oh. It's a political channel. Okay, not that that's a bad thing, just that... Hold on, this is what Churchill meant when he said the best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter. I love how he responds to each wild incorrect. Yeah, yes, you are correct. All right. Wait, hold on. This is what happens when all the teachers do is teach a curriculum that doesn't require much of the student's part in way of the research or critical thinking. Oh no, here's the comment. This shows the education system is doing exactly what it was designed to do? Huh? I mean, I think it's supposed to be kind of just funny. I hope. That's how I took it. I honestly don't think it's entirely a commentary on the American school system. I suppose if you want to take it that way, you can, but like, I think it's just funny. Because obviously people are going to know the answer to this question. You cannot randomly poll people out in the streets about any subject and it be exactly one answer. No, but the people who have the correct answers are probably edited out for the sake of what the video is supposed to be. What is this channel, by the way?
Do you know when the U.S. was founded?
Oh,
Take a guess. Around when?
this was the video that I saw on Reddit. I think it was Reddit. Could have been Twitter. This is the one, 2 months ago. Okay. I thought it started differently. Okay, what are you about? Fleeca Talks, the podcast every Friday. Okay. Ranked the best new podcast of all time. Check out the OG Man on the Street videos. Okay. Alright, what kind of videos you got? Monkeypox. AOC admits January 6th was an inside job? Okay. More fake racism, TikTok nerd. Okay. I wonder if it is like a political channel. I guess so. And here's the other ones. What was that? What was the square root of 4? Oh no. All right. I might not react to other videos like this because I think I got the gist of it. That was pretty funny. Do you know when I just don't necessarily know if I would consider it entirely a serious thing. Maybe it is. I'm kind of taking it a little bit lighthearted and kind of satirical. But if these guys are serious about it, that's unfortunate. You don't got to poke fun at these kids. I think it's just kind of like, you can do this to anybody, by the way, is what I'm trying to get at. I mean, I think it doesn't have to be those basic questions or anything geographical or even historical. You can go ask people random questions on the street and cut together your own narrative based on what video you kind of want to make. Anyway, I thought it was funny. It was a funny video, so I'm not taking it too seriously. That was my thoughts on, I guess, Gen Z that doesn't know anything. In any case, I have other videos on my channel where I'm doing other commentary pieces. Most of it's focused on gaming, but along with this, as well as another video that I think I'm going to be releasing pretty soon from Jubilee, I'm going to be branching out a little bit and doing more commentary pieces, again, based on what kind of hits my timelines across social media. So catch you in the next video.